Thank you for choosing to watch another free e-learning tutorial from dacanane.com. Today we are looking at two iPad apps at the same time, combining the best features of each so that you can plan to use them both to extract the maximum learning potential from your students, using a process I call layering. So let's not delay a moment longer and get right into it. This week's tutorial is looking at two apps at the same time. One is Link and the other one is Pic Collage. Now I dubbed this layering, taking the best of one application and moving it into another one. It's been dubbed app smashing by others, but I prefer not to use that because that sounds like an unconsidered random act of crushing in a kind of rather like a knuckle dragging Neanderthal. So app smashing is not how I describe what we're doing. It's more layering, it's more considered. You're taking it means that you've taken a process of considering what a particular app can do, what you can extract from that particular app, and then put what that app has produced into another app and then enhance the learning further on from there. So I prefer to call it layering, and we're layering different learning together, we're layering different apps together to get a richer output from the device that you're working on. But first of all, we're going to look at Link, and this is the base of our layer, if you like. And we're going to look at the web version of Link first, because that works in a very different way from the apps. So let's just look. This is the login screen to get started. I've already logged in, so I'm just going to close this tab, and here we are logged in into my Link. You can see me logged in over here. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, my stream, find people, all that kind of stuff. You can turn all of these tools into social tools, but I like to use them as tools that I can then embed elsewhere. I always make sure that the tools that I choose can be embedded into my wiki or my blog or my LMS. So I don't really like to use the social features on here. Obviously, if you want to, you can do. And of course, there will be work in here that's been created by other users that you could find useful for your classroom. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to look straight at creating this content. So the first thing we're going to do is create something. So we click on Create. So we've got some options here. You can grab from a URL, import from Facebook, which would be problematic for you in school. Import from public Flickr images. I'm going to upload from my hard drive. I've got some images in here, so I shall just now upload my file to that image. So it becomes a very powerful tool for students to use, and you'll see why I like to combine it with Pic Collage a bit later. So let's have a look at this. What we're going to do here is we can, at the type here, we can give it a title. So let's just give this a title. Let's call this I've given it a name, and so now what we can do is, let's say for example I wanted to put some content in here that demonstrated New Zealand native bush or something like that. Okay, so although it's not a kaka, what we've got here, tui, I can add all of these sounds of the forest in here. So let's say, for example, here's a video, and I can see from the icons down here, it's a YouTube video or a Vimeo video, etc., or some images. So let's just say I wanted to put this New Zealand birdsong image into here. What I can do is I can just double click on this, and now what's going to happen, this video is going to be embedded into this image for me. So I can change the icon. So coming over to here on the edit tag, click on here, we can see some options. I think I might keep it green. I use the play arrow to show it's a video. I can add some text. Okay, and so what we've done here, we can click Save Tag. And now what I can do is I can move this tag around. So you can use this as a hyperlink anywhere in the picture, so you can use it to sequence text. So I'm just going to click Save Tag. I've done that, I've moved it now. We could come back here and look at podcast. Okay, so now we've got an audio file. We can see here we've got SoundCloud down here, TUI's taking. So let's click. Just double click on this. Whoops! No, not double click. Okay, so there's a SoundCloud. We can add some text in here. Click Save Tag. And again, we can just put this interactive media in here, and it's all building this whole sense of work going on here. But you know, you don't have just to rely on searching the search feature in here. What you can also do is know that there are other resources you can go to. So I'm going to go. I've done some work here and searched SoundCloud myself. And so what I can do is I've just found the piece of work that I want. I can highlight it, so I can copy this. Come back to here. I can just click in the space where I want to put my own picture, and I can just paste the tag in here and save the tag. And so now I've got these tutorials. I've got some audio boom in here as well, so I can go to audio boom, again copy this and come back to here, click anywhere in the picture to get a tag up, paste the link into here, save tag. And so it's a whole, you know, there's a whole bunch of work that you can do around this. All of this, this becomes an interactive tutorial, interactive image. So the point about ThingLink is that your students don't have to go and find the work on YouTube. They don't have to go and find the work on Audio Boom, or they don't have to go and find somebody else's work on SoundCloud or wherever you want to. You know, you can use these places here. If you've got a SoundCloud account, what you can do is you can create your own content. And if you come to Audio Boom, you can create your own content. Just click on here, and the students can record their own work. And of course, if you need a tutorial on Audio Boom, just click the link below and it will show you how to use it. But the point is, the students do their own research, create their own content, save it to Audio Boom, and then you collate it all together in something like a ThingLink. And so the content that you see I've embedded in here that I found from other providers would in fact be the work created by your students. So it becomes the kind of end point of a whole load of inquiry work that your students have done. And so once we've added all this content, and you can add pictures and you can add text, and so let's do one more thing here. We can just add text in here. You can just keep typing. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of stuff in here. But your students could put a whole bunch of text in if they wanted to. You can see we've got some options here to format the text. You can decide this is going to be a heading, and so on and so on. So I'll just delete that. I think get rid of it. So your students can copy and paste text that they found or they've written for themselves, put that into there. You can add images as long as you've got a URL for an image. And so it's a really, really powerful tool for inquiry learning. So let's click Save Image. And now what you can see down the side here is that we've got these embedded tutorials which will all play. Here's my image down here, and we can click on the share icon here, which will give us the embed code. And again, if you want to know how to click to embed content, you just need to click on the link below here, and you can see how to embed content into a blog or into a wiki or into your LMS. But you copy that code there, and if you want the new iframe, just click on this one. You get the iframe one. You can set the size. This is quite big, and copy the code. But we'll go from here. So once you've created online, you can create this content. Now the beauty about this is that your students can add their own audio, they can add images. And now it's time to go and have a look at how you can layer this with Pic Collage using an iPad. So here I am on my iPad now, and it's time to go and look at the Pic Collage app. So I'm just going to scroll across and have a look at this. It's in here, my photography, and there it is, Pic Collage. Now, apologies for this being, oh, you are seeing it the wrong way around. You see it the right way around. Okay, all right. That's a pain, never mind. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to create this new picture, which I'm going to then layer with ThingLink. Now, bit of an explanation here. I had hoped that, and on my iPad as I look at this, This is I'm shooting this in landscape format, but the Air Server app here has decided to turn what you see into portrait. So I'm doing everything on the side here, and when I make the pictures, you'll see what I'm doing. But this is a good overview of Pic Collage. Pic Collage is a really good tool, and it's great for sequencing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap here to create a new collage down here. And then you've got all these features around here. If we look in the bottom left hand corner, you can choose a template and scroll through here, and each of these templates will be you can add pictures to each of those. I tend not to use these. I like to be a bit more creative than that, so I'm going to choose the blank template. So I'm just going to stick where we are, but you can see that and everything is driven by the plus sign at the bottom here. So I'm just going to click on the plus sign, and I'm going to choose photos. I'm going to choose some photographs in here, and you can see that I've got some photographs to choose from. I'm going to choose these bird pictures to carry on that theme that you saw in the previous video. So I'm going to select the pictures that I want, and you can see you can add multiple ticks to them here, and in the top right hand corner there you can see I've selected 5 images, and you can select as many as you like. And once you've selected the pictures that you want, you click on the tick, and my pictures get put into the page. You can see they've got a shadow and a border around them. All of this can be fixed. So what we can do here is, if I just tap on this, you can see border. I can choose the border color. I can apply to all. I can have no border. So let me think. I think green is probably going to be a better color to have. I think probably that green is going to be better. And I can apply to all. Tap on here, you can see that, and I can take the shadow off or put the shadow on. I like the shadow, I'm going to leave it on, and that's it, all done. So you can see now that I've got my pictures, I've got borders around them. Now, just like I've shown you before, what you can do here is you can pinch and stretch to change the picture. You can use a twisting motion with 2 fingers to move these around. So now you can organize these pictures into a pleasing arrangement. What you need to know is that if I want to put a picture on top, I just tap it and it pops on top, and so allows you to move things around. So let's just organize these birds here into a kind of a pleasing arrangement. I think possibly, yeah, we'll have the saddleback here. Organize this, you can see how we're doing this. I think that works well in the background. I'll bring the white head up here. It's not over top of the hee too much. It's all good. There we go. So I've made this arrangement of images, but what you're seeing is I've made them as if they were in portrait, which is exactly what I don't want. I actually want these pictures arranged in landscape format, so you're going to have to excuse me while I organise these so they look good for me on my iPad here, so that they actually do what I want them to do later on in ThingLink. So I'll just organise these around like this. Swap these around. There. Alright, so that's my organisation, that's my photograph. Looks good to me, looks terrible for you. And now I need to add some text. So what I just need to click on here, add some text, and I'm going to type in you can see here I can change the font, so I can change the colour, so I think probably colour like this, maybe that might be better. We can change the kind of font that we want, so we can make it a bit more, choose marker I think, there we go, and click over here, alignment, centered, yeah, that's all good, there we go, all done. And now I can use this, I can move it around, I can arrange it the way I want it to be arranged, and maybe I'll just put it over here and move this around. That looks better. And last thing I want to do is I actually want to create some direction markers, because you'll see why. So I'm going to now add some stickers, and there's only a few stickers that you can use in the free version here. Here they are. There's most of them end up being paid, as you can see down here, but there's enough to be going on within the home one here. I'll actually use the arrow, and you'll see why in a minute. So you can see here that I've made my choice of my sticker. Just come back to here, I've chosen my sticker, close this, and if you can see in the bottom right hand corner down here, you can see the number 2. So I just click tick on that, click that tick. Oh, I didn't want that one. Let's delete that. So what you can do, whoops, I can move it out of the way now. Click on this, you can move it to the trash in the corner here, get rid of that. So it's gone. Now I need to find my arrow again. So I need to put my native birds back, there we go. And so now I click on my arrow, and what I can do is I use my arrow to actually direct where I want my viewers to move from and to. So I'm just going to put these arrows on here. Now what you can do in ThingLink, if I double tap, it asks me if I want to duplicate. Yes I do. So I've got a second one, it's already sized. I can now make a bigger arrow and go over to here, and then I can duplicate again, and I want this one to come to here, and then duplicate again, and finally go to this one here, so you can see how my information is going to move around. And now I have made my picture. Now it's time for me to save it. So I want to share. So you can see here it says it's saved to my library, but you've got some other sharing options here. You can share to Facebook or Tumblr or Instagram if you wish to. You can obviously put up to phone cases, you make your own phone case, or Gmail, or all these other options in here you can share to. But as far as I'm concerned, the key thing I want is it's saved to my library. So I've done with Pic Collage now. So now it's time to put that picture we created in Pic Collage into ThingLink. So if we just scroll down here and click on ThingLink, and here's some other ThingLinks I created earlier on the iPad. I'm going to click on plus here, go to the photo library, and we're going to come down to Pic Collage and choose our picture, and there it is. Now I went to a great deal of effort in Pic Collage to make my picture into landscape, and as you can see here it's transferred into its landscape, but I want to turn it, rotate it round in the ThingLink app. But I can't. There's nothing I can do with it. I'm stuck. So that what I showed you seems not to work. But never mind. That's not the case. What we're going to do is we're going to click cancel here. There's one more intermediary step that we need to go to, and we need to use an app called Aviary. And if we open up Aviary here, we can click on this picture here. There it is. That's the picture we had just now. And I want to change the orientation. So now I want to flip it to the left. That's what I want. Click apply and click save and click done. That's now been shared to my folder, my images folder. Click done. I can close this. Go away, no thanks. And so now I can come back to my ThingLink and we can start all over again. Click plus, photo library, and we're going to come back to moments, and we can click onto, I'll go back to here, camera roll. Use that one. There we go. And so now I've got my image the way I want it to be, and Pic Collage is at the side. That doesn't matter, and that's exactly how I want it to be. So I've now got my landscape going on here. So now you can see for something that's fairly similar to the web version of ThingLink. I've got this hotspot that I can move around. I can click on it. We've got two options here. I can add text, which is fairly straightforward. You can just add in text, and again, can you see you can add a URL or a Twitter feed. So if your students have got something on SoundCloud or something on Audio Boom, like we've seen before, they can just grab the URL. They can paste it into here, so they would open up Safari, paste it into here, and that would exactly the same thing would happen. So I've already demonstrated how that works in the web version. It's no different to here. So you can we can click off that. But if we tap again, but the difference here on the iPad, which is quite interesting, which you can't do on the web version, is you can add media. So you can still search YouTube. So we can add a video from YouTube, we can still search it, but more importantly, the students can use the apps inside the iPad, so they can make their own video. Another example of layering, they could create their own their own talking head video using a whole range of other apps. For example, they could use things like Puppet Pals, make a video in Puppet Pals and import that into here, explaining what they want to do, and that would play with each of these. They can actually shoot a video, so just take a video straight away from the actual camera, turn that round, you can see me, or whatever we're doing. I'm going to cancel that, we don't need it. And they can put it straight into here. So let's just go through all of those options here. I'm just going to add some text into here, so just add text. So that's now in here. We can add as many of these as we want to. So if we add a URL in here, let's just go to don't need a space. Done. And can you see now it's changed it, it's a web link, and it's done that automatically. And so we could add our video. So let's just come in here, let's add media, let's choose this, add from YouTube. So let's search something to do with let's add that bellbird. There it is there, we've added that. We better make sure it's with the bellbird, so here's the bellbird. And so can you see now we've added this multimedia content here, and once we can just keep adding as many of these as we like. We click on them to activate them, they will play in the app. There we go, is that working? Come back to here, and now finally, let's say we finish this, we click next, and we give it a title. You can list it on any of those sites if you wish to, and finally we're going to click save. Now what's happening here, if you look at the blue square, this is now being uploaded to our ThingLink account on the cloud. That green tick says it's gone, and so now if I log on to my ThingLink account on a computer or on the iPad, I can get the embed code and then I can paste it from there. So as you can see, it's a very powerful thing. So you can see here that I've talked about layering. We've used 3 apps to get this outcome here. The Aviary played a very small part in that, but you could layer in things like iMovie, you could layer in things like Puppet Pals, like I said, you could layer in Educreations if you wish to, and all of those kind of things, or explain everything that you can export content from, that the students could create content in, and then layer it all together and into a ThingLink, which has been made up of images that have been built in Pic Collage. So hopefully you can see that this layering idea is a really subtle thing to do, which can improve student learning outcomes. Thanks for watching this free tutorial. Your support is important to us and we value your feedback. So please leave a comment below, and also don't forget to like us. We aim to produce 1 tutorial per week, so why not subscribe? You won't regret it. So until our next tutorial hits your feeds, keep practicing!